Peace and power. I thank the universal truth and the absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. A divine mind knows, a divine mind shows all things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Peace and power to the people, the struggle, salute, salute, salute. How you do as you come on in. As you come on in, please know that this is a safe space. Please know that you are encouraged to be intelligent. You are encouraged to question. You are encouraged to be analytical. You are encouraged to answer. Because we are seeking our path to liberation, universal truth and understanding. This is where we at with it. Okay? So when you come on in, share. Let the tribe know we in the spotty spot. Let them know we in class. Get your classmates here. As my moderators come on through, please, green screen info up. Green screen info up. Very important. Very important. Also, have all my contact information for anybody who needs an assessment for anger management. If you or somebody you know, if you or somebody you know, if you believe they are in a domestic violence, intimate partner relationship abuse, if you believe that is the case, reach out for an assessment. Let us work it out together. Let me put some strategies in play. Okay? If you need life coaching, a life guide, reach out. Trust and believe. I have a mean client base. And anything you say to me stays with me. Yeah. Definitely. HIPAA rules, Vegas rules. That's how we work here. So again, as you come on through, share. Let the tribe know we in here. It ain't fair for you to be here and you not tell your classmates that we started. Okay? What up? What up, Stein Stizzle? Florida, what's good with you? I see you in the spot, T. Trey Finesse, what up? Ooh, Tamika, what's good? What's good, Najee? What's good? Dolo, Jasmine, peace. Yvette, I see you all the time. Yvette be in class on time. A student, books right there. Front desk action. Apple for the teacher, she right there. Goody two shoes. Huh? Salute. Will, what up? The laughter, you ain't seen me where? Huh? That don't mean it ain't getting done. Alright? Don't mean it ain't getting done. It's getting done now. I just move around. Gotta stick and move. Cool Joe, what up? What's going on with you? Listen, let's get to it. Scarlett, if you haven't heard of her, you will. If you haven't heard of her, you will. If you haven't heard from her by now, definitely by the end of the week, definitely by the end of the month. This is a new artist getting a hell of a push throughout New York City. And it's perfect timing. Glenn Foster, salute for the green screen. She's getting a major push. And it's not the conventional push. Not the conventional push. New York has been lacking a hip-hop scene for about 2 decades now. The energy of NYC is null, is gone, and this is as far as the culture is concerned. Okay? And we don't have a scene because we don't have hip-hop clubs. We don't have hip-hop institutions the way we once did. That's over. It's gone. And where there is no space to gather, where there is no space to perform, where there is no space to embrace the elements, the energy is going to be in little pockets where they're stuck. It's stagnant. There's no growth. So you may have a little backyard somewhere where dudes is hanging out and spitting. You may have little pop-up open mics, right? Showcases, things like that, and but there's not a space, specific space. We don't even have decent hip-hop radio in New York. College radio, what though? Right? I think the only ones who may still be doing it on college radio is the Gecko Brothers. Shout out to Gecko. Remain Gecko, right? You dig? My man BJ Uptown. I believe they still might be on KCR, Columbia. But there's no consistent scene. So when you don't have a scene, what you get is copycats and interpretations of what they believe is going to get them through the door. Sometimes we get something that works, but the way our culture has been infiltrated, cultural invasion, and when you study the works of Paulo Freire, you understand what cultural invasion is, right? Now y'all can call it, oh my goodness, just jumped out of my head. Culture vulturing, you can call it robbing black people, imitating, but it's just what it is. It's cultural invasion. And in the culture of hip hop, we've been invaded for a long time. We've been appropriated a long time. They've been there since the beginnings because that's just how the energy was working. So if you don't believe that there were Euros and others involved in New York City hip hop, then you really don't know. And I don't fault you for not knowing because you're not of age. And as we are creeping upon hip hop 50, people want to create their own narratives. I don't know if they were smoking krills, you know what I'm saying, crunching, or they are purposely trying to put themselves in a space where they're more important than anybody else, so their story get pushed, or if now they just getting the mic, they just getting the stand, so people are listening and they want to pick and choose, right? That selective amnesia about what really went on. It's various excuses. But without true historical facts of events, of people, you lose the understanding and the knowledge that there have always been others involved in hip hop. And some, because of where hip hop needed to go, some were appreciated, others weren't. But nevertheless, we have grown into a global energy. But New York City lost its culture. It lost its vibe. Don Pla, thank you for the subscription. So the culture and that energy that was once New York City hip hop is done. So you get bits and pieces of energy, and people are making an attempt to tap into it, right? You see how energized the Garden get when the Knicks is in the playoffs. You see how when the Yankees or the Mets is in the World Series, or the Islanders or the Giants, and you see that energy. People may not even be into sports, but they want that New York energy. They want New York to win. And nobody wants New York to win more than hip hop generation, the generation who birthed this. You understand? So, in saying that, we have watched over the decades where you have spurts of people trying to navigate in the space of what has become commercialized rap and take the energy of New York City hip hop and make an attempt to insert it in there. It's been going on since Onyx. It's been going on since Wu. It went on with all of the solo rap dudes bringing on their crews and making units and cliques and squads and all that. They've been attempting to get that energy, that street energy, that old school, there was the jams. They tried the lunchrooms, the subways. They've been the project hallways and the lobbies. They've been making an attempt to insert that energy into commercial rap so it can give the global space of hip hop some credibility. So anything that come out of New York that sounds decent, they make an attempt to push. Now, people been pushing it as far as individuals. Some individuals have grown through on their own accord and made a name and a statement, right? Especially after New York City gang culture got its footing, which up until this point hasn't proved positive. It just, it added another layer to the dysfunction, and it gave help to keeping our culture in a state of disorganization. Because when that's popping off and the violence is popping off with it, nobody's going to put a club anywhere in a space where they may not be able to get insured, where they can't have protection, where they're worrying about whether or not the club is going to open the next week. So that does more harm than good when it comes to that. So our culture in NYC has suffered horribly over the past few decades. And they keep, again, making an attempt to get that youthful energy that's needed. Hip hop is youth driven in NYC, always has been. If you were a particular age, you was out of here. You was gone. Much appreciated, Stein Stizzle. Yeah. Hit that green screen. If you were older you better been fire. You better have been that dude. And even if you was fire and that dude, you was getting pushed out. Because it's a youthful energy. Youthful energy, right? Melly Mel was that dude. No doubt. Kaz was that dude. No doubt. Shit. Jimmy Spicer was that dude at one time. Spoonie G. LL, 16 years old, got them up out of there. G-Rap Shan. These are dudes, got them people up out of there. Next, right? Rakim, Kane, KRS, Paz the News, Kool Keith, got them up out of there. Right? Next set, Nas, Biggie, right? Jay, Prodigy, got that other set up out of there. It's youth driven. And then, of course, you have consciousness and different things and different flows. We had a whole nice space with Pooba. We had a nice space with so many different native tongues. Brother Jay, we had a nice space. But it's youth driven. You get up out of there. Recently, the youth in New York City always is attached to a gang element because the majority of the people on the streets are affiliated. We don't have a space where everybody is included. We don't. Back then, we did. Now, we don't. Good kids are not in the streets like that. They not. When we came up, we had the nerds in the street. We had smart kids in the street. We had the working kids in the street. We had the kids that was up to no good in the street. We had dudes that was getting recruited to sell crack in the street. So when we came to the clubs, everyone was in the clubs. All right? Everyone was in the clubs. Now that there's no clubs, now there's no street jams, nothing is in the street, and only ones that's in the street are those who are either affiliated or want to be affiliated with this culture. So those are the people who started sprouting up after and during that new era, right? The Rockefeller era, the Dipset era, the G-Unit era. After that, and the Southern Explosion, it all became gang affiliated. If you were able to sustain yourself within that, those street dudes, them youngins in the streets had to embrace you. You had to speak to them. And at that point, again, everybody started getting into it. Now you now you got the Southern Explosion, you West, Midwest, everybody's in the mix. New York lost a lot. We lost our scene, we lost our radio, we lost the visibility, you lose your identity. So they're making an attempt to bring that back. How do you bring it back? Get in touch with the youth, pick up that energy, run with it. Now, they did it early on with that Dipset stuff. That purple stuff and all that. And what was Sunday? He kept telling me in the studio. When I went to the studio with U-Guard to do the Jim Jones record, son that's on his way home. Oh my goodness. This dude kept telling me his name, shit driving me crazy. Oh my goodness. Help me out here. Shit just jumped out of my head. What's the dude's name that's coming home? where Jim took his whole style. Max B. Thank you, 187. Oh my goodness. I'm stuck. Jim Jones in the booth, you guard in the booth. I'm out here with this guy. All he kept saying was, yo, I'm Max B. Okay, I'm Bliz. What up? 10 minutes later. Yo, I'm Max B. Okay, what up? I'm Bliz. What up? I'm here with you. You know, you see me come through the door. What up? Man, I'm in there 2 hours waiting for him to finish this song. This dude done told me his name 83 times. I'm Max B. All right. Son, I just came home. I don't know you. I don't know nothing here. I'm here. I'm a guest. What are you going to keep telling me your name for? But that was the beginnings of this thing, as far as I know, with the gang stuff. And up until that, if you didn't have, an absolute hot fire song, you had to have them behind you to push. So again, you coming through, you get individuals, right? Mano did the high hater, an individual, not a movement. Nobody was pushing him, kind of pushed itself and was having help from little things behind the scenes. The other kid that had that joint, the Long Island kid. Oh, what was his name? He got in and got out real quick. Forgot his name. He had a major hit. Shit was banging. That slow joint. What the hell was doing it? But he's from Long Island. He got in and out. Mims. Yes, he's still, damn, Stud. Yeah, Mims. In and out. So you're getting these little spurts, but you're not getting in complete New York. Not getting it. Now, we progressing, we get into the Troy Ave, you starting to get a little spurt here and there, the Kazes, right? And all the way up to the 6ix9ines. They still looking for that energy. Exactly, Van. This is why I'm hot. You getting that. This still is not building a movement. Because again, you can't have a scene when you got gang shit going on. Ratchet, gunfire, bodies. Can't have a scene. So you miss the energy. You getting spurts here and there. Right? He's from Washington Heights, but he was in Long Island, trust me, for a while. Businesses and all that out there. No scene. So again, you keep getting these individuals that they're making an attempt to push through. And all of them had maybe one or two high-powered, behind the scenes, some spooky shit was going on, Gripper Gate going on and all that. Now, we get to this era, right? We see the Lola Brooks, we see, little things here and there. People got their hands in stuff, You never know who it is, but pockets got to be deep. And it's not saying that there's no talent other than what we're seeing. It's a bunch of talent. But again, people are sharper. They're not going to get beat. They're not going to play the game. They're going to try to make an attempt to get through these doors by any means possible. And a lot of people just don't make it because the institution, they're not letting anything in. And why should they? Because if they're winning, they want to push somebody through that they want to go through so the money can keep coming in. They don't want no independent coming through and taking money out. All right? They don't. So now, they pushing, and it's not being pushed because, again, a lot of people don't know, but the Scarlet, the songs that I heard, the New York joint, all right, in it. I believe she's doing it on her own. I believe she's penning it on her own. I believe that's her pen. I done looked through all her posts on IG early on. I'm looking at it. And because of what Unpoppin' Opinion said, yeah, it's not the highest quality. Ain't no bars. She's not killing it. It's an energy and a war cry, a chant to get New York back. That's what it is. Now, when the youth is not running with it, it's going to be a problem. Again, in the BX is running with it. You can, it's not rhythmic. It's not that knock. Again, it's an energy and the image that they're making an attempt to push through. Now, from my observation, I'm hoping that they're going to protect this young lady. I am hoping it is not a sacrifice, that these are not ritualistic moves that we are watching, right? We seen the Pop Smoke. We seen the A Boogies. We witnessed all that. We seen it with Shorty Osama. We see, like, you can see where there are those who are not stepping in to the commercial corporate structure and making their best outside of it, and you see those who step in, make an attempt to step out or not really play the game, and they getting done off. Now, from what we know, this is a foster kid. She lost her parents. You can see it in it. You can hear it in her voice. You can watch and understand that feeling, because there's many of them just like her. And that is what these people are tapping into, that they know that there are people in her age group and over and under that's going to appreciate her story. Not the best musically, not the best, but the story, the attention and the energy is what they're trying to capture. Again, I don't know who's managing. I don't know whose attorneys are behind her, but I'm seeing a lot of shit that looks very troubling. It looks weird. Laughter is already sold. It's sold. And my thing is, even when you selling the soul, there is a level of cover that they have. Shit. All the rest of them sold they still fine. They all right. They've been in the joint 30 years. They've been doing it. But when a young woman who has been traumatized to that degree steps into a demonic institution like that without understanding her purpose or what she's stepping into, we only want the best outcome for her. Right? We see what happened when they pushed Kim through. We seen what happened when they pushed Foxy. We saw it. We witnessed that. We seen it. It's not like we didn't watch it. We watched it happen. So now that energy that's going and being pushed and they're attempting to control it, it's going to get real crazy. All right? Definitely. Who said that? Draven. Yeah, ultimate candidate for that. Ultimate. Very young. So again, we're watching it. Now, I've seen her lives, I've seen her videos. People who are in it got some very, very spooky and weird connections. We seen 50 Cent. 50 don't be on nobody lives like that. Not live, but vids and all that. Very rare. We seen Onyx. We seen Buster, who's on the remix. So I can understand that. Now listen. Jadakiss and Swiss Beats. All right? Buster embraced her, hugged her, kissed her. Jadakiss bowed down. 50 pointed at her. Onyx. Again, some people may be jumping on the energy for clout and to stay relevant. Others who are up here, you have to question why. Now, as an artist with a song that's just getting where it's supposed to be getting, no major numbers, streams or none of that, does not have the bag to give to these individuals. I guarantee you, I can't get no interview with 50, Buster, Sticky, Jada, none of them. I couldn't get an interview, a live, nothing. Nothing. They'll tell me just like Dollar Bill, you just on YouTube. You ain't nobody. I don't got to give you nothing. That's just what they would tell me. Now, if I had 3 or 4 stacks, if I had some green screens, if my numbers was up here, subscriptions, man, I might could get plenty of interviews. But right now, they ain't giving me nothing at all. You don't want nothing, you get what I say you get, right? That's what they would tell me. That's what they would tell me. Straight up. I probably couldn't even get a flick with none of them. Maybe because I barked on all of them. But that's beside the point. They don't know me. How is she getting that? How is she getting that? Why are they touching her? She's a young girl. Remember, when people touch you, they touching your energy, your essence. Okay? That's why you don't hug everybody. You don't touch everybody. You don't know who is sapping your energy, who is a vampire. Okay? All right? So how are all these people pushing for it? They can't want New York energy that bad. They ain't been behind nobody else. And these are the heavyweights in NYC. Her talent is not that at all. It's decent. It is what it is. But for all of them, okay. Now, it's going to get spooky. It's going to get real spooky. Let's see the connections. Let's just see the connections to the spooky, the connections to the dark side, the connections of everybody so far that has appeared on a visual, on a video, on a moving transfer of energy. 50 Cent is connected to Jam Master Jay. right? We know that. Jay is out of here. May he sleep in eternal peace. 50 is also connected to Chris Lighty, right? May he sleep in eternal peace. Onyx is also connected to Jam Master Jay, right? Onyx is also connected to 50 Cent. We watched the lynching. We watched the sacrifice of Jam Master Jay. Did we not? How ironic is it that she has videos with Onyx co-signing her, right? How ironic is it that 50 in the club with her and then got on stage and said, yo, play that again. Okay? 50, Onyx. Buster is connected to Chris Lighty. May he sleep in eternal peace. Now, Swiss Beats and Jada connected to DMX. May he sleep in eternal peace. Spooky how he just passed. But Jada is also connected to Biggie. Label mates. On songs with him. Did a song for him. Do we not believe Biggie was a ritual? Sacrifice. DMX, sacrifice. Chris Lighty don't know what the hell's going on. Jam Master Jay. So 50, Onyx, Buster, Swiss Beats, and Jada. All connected to this girl. Come on now. Come on now. Are you hearing me? Do you hear me? Why is Shorty getting pushed through with these specific individuals? Hold on. It gets very weird. Huh? You know why it gets very weird? Because 50, Buster, Swiss, all of them was at the Touch It remix when Buster's bodyguard got bodied. Hold up. Did you hear what I said? 50, Lloyd Banks, Swiss, Buster was all at the Touch It remix. Jada might have been there too. The entire industry was there when this man, Izzy Ramirez, was bodied. Who ever went to jail for it? Now, do you know how many shots was fired at that video shoot? They claimed 14 shots was fired at 1:30 a.m. Hold on. Hold on. 14 shots. What was one of LL Cool J albums? Was it 14 shots to the dome? Please correct me if I'm wrong. Was it 14 shots to the dome? Was it 14 shots to the dome? So how is everybody at that time the hottest people in the industry, and we know that LL is tied to to Jam Master Jay, to 50, to Onyx, to Buster, And in her video with Sticky, he talking about pow, pow, pow. I hope they protect this young woman. I'm telling you, I see a lineup. I see a lineup to bring this little woman up and to sacrifice her to somebody. Let me be clear. I do not know who or what or why, but with all of the creative people, with all of the people who have bars, with all of the young ladies who they can even push through just on looks alone. You see what they did with Lotto. No other artist to date has had this many icons, higher level people, people who've been in the industry 3 decades plus, get attention from them. We got people in their own neighborhoods. We got people in their own families that they didn't push through. Listen to what I'm saying. It seems very weird. That's all I'm going to say. Is she being sacrificed for New York City? Is she being sacrificed for New York City? Remember, this is Hip Hop 50. Ain't nobody paying attention to none of that. Nothing that none of these pioneers got to say. None of that. How are they going to get the energy back? How are they going to get the attention back? Because everybody else been running with it. The Southern Explosion, still out west, Chicago Drill, the Detroit Sound, Atlanta, everybody, Drake in Canada, everybody has had their footing and still eating and eating and eating. And New York City still suffering, still stagnant, still stinking and funky when it comes to this industry. Nothing has come up out in years where they can say, yeah, this is where we at with it. I'm telling you, in order to get the attention back, could have did it to Pop. I still believe Pop Smoke was just a, I don't think that was ritualistic. I don't believe that. I believe that was him not knowing how to move, people's not knowing how to move. That was it. When you purposely stand behind this and move with it, it looks weird. We can see why Griselda went through. That's an unquestioned fact. They bars is up. They has to be the best thing in 20 years coming through. So I can understand people co-signing them. I can understand people hating on them in the industry. Because they bars is up. Up. For real. But her? Come on. Nah. So again, I gotta ask, is this a sacrifice? Are these rituals? I know it was Busta had the big giant pinky ring. 50 had the big giant pinky ring. It made it known. Showing it. Listen. It could be sacrificing Shorty. So I hope her team is ready. I really do. hope the team is ready. You ain't the real deal, Rich. She alright. You're right. You ain't not the real deal. And that's far from, I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that. She can't do a 40-minute set right now and capture anything. I guarantee you that. She'll get eyes, she'll get there. She needs some grooming. I mean, grooming. She's still young. Still unsure up here on how to place words. Been through a lot. Don't know how learned up she is. Man, been through a lot. You can see the trauma's there. You can read. That's what people are connecting to. That's how we do with anybody that come out of the culture. That's what we connected to with anybody who blew up. Anybody. We did it with Nas. I keep telling you that. That is what makes a person a star. When you, when you move and can capture the energy of that particular group. Nas did it at a time when everybody was still in the degrees, building and all that. Big did it because there was a lot of big, fat, heavy dudes going out of town, coming back, going out of town with a big, or a quarter, getting their weight up, coming home, stunting. They did it. DMX did it because there's a whole bunch of smokies and recovering custies that felt just like him. Tretch did it for Jersey. You connect to that audience and you can grow them up with you, you're going to become a star. That's just what it is. Because there's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of DMXs. That was his fan base. There's a bunch of Nas's. That was their fan base. There was a bunch of Jay-Z's. That was their fan base. Bunch of Lil Mobb Deep. Bunch of them. In those eras. When you connect to your era and you can articulate, right? When you can do that, and that connection is there, that's your base right there. And then what makes you an icon is your base grows with you. It's a bunch of Snoops. That's why they rock with them. You connect to your era. You are talented. You are articulate. You speak to them. You're going to blow. So she got this. She's going to have the attention. There's a whole lot of foster kids in New York City and all over. Bunch of them. Women, girls. She's going to connect to them in that story. Story of neglect, abuse. You're going to connect to that. They're going to connect. But longevity? Nah. And can it or could it be a sacrifice? I'm telling y'all. Be mindful of it. Be mindful of it. So all I'm saying, you don't have this many people connect to her, and you definitely don't have these people specifically connect to her and come through. Ain't none of them got no ties to the BX, but Swiss Beats. None of them. None of them. 50 Queens, Onyx Queens, Buster Brooklyn, Long Island. None of them. So where's her Bronx people at? Huh? When she gonna do a video with Joe? He everywhere. He ain't over here yet. He not in that line. You see, the spooky lines. He's in a different site, a different lane. He'll be there soon, though, because they opening it so the whole entire industry could prop Shorty up. And for what? For what? All right? Be mindful. Watch. Open your conscious eyes. Okay? But I'm out, because I might have to come back later on and get into some real political shit. Okay? All right? So again, thank y'all for coming to class. Thank y'all for coming to class. Yes, hit the green screen on y'all way out. It's after lunch. Y'all done spent y'all bread on lunch. Y'all got some ends. Y'all done did all that. Y'all done ate lunch already. Ain't like I'm here early in the morning. You like, man, I got to save a little something for lunch. Y'all done ate lunch. 4 o'clock. Hit the green screen on your way out. I appreciate you too. Yeah. Appreciate you. Love you. Thank you for coming through. Definitely. So salute. Remember, don't believe in me. Believe in my belief in you. And watch, question, and answer. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Listen. And look. Observe and respect. These heavyweights all are attached to some energy that has either caused the death or they have been around somebody that died or, yo, watch it so you can see it in real time. And we hope she's successful. We wish her the best in that field. We do. Okay? But some spooky shit going on. Trust and believe. Some spooky shit. 50? Buster? Onyx? And Swiss Beats? 14 shots? To the dome. Watch it.